Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Now, yesterday I was talking about the future of the Xbox consoles, and today we got a brand new announcement announcing that they're building a next generation Xbox first parties devices. So they spoke about multiple devices that will involve the cloud and the future Xbox consoles. So they announced their partnership with AMD. Now, some people were thinking that the next Xbox wouldn't be built by AMD. I was hearing that it was going to be some type of ARM thing. And I said it wouldn't be ARM because that would just ruin the backwards compatibility issues. Now, I know that they did agree to do a new console going forward. It just wasn't made public. So today they did announce this publicly and announce that they are working together with AMD on their next generation console. Now, I have so much to say about this, but before I do that, I think we should just watch the clip here and then I'll come back and give you guys my opinion.
At Xbox, our vision is for you to play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want. That's why we're investing in our next generation hardware lineup across console, handheld, PC, cloud, and accessories. I am thrilled to share we've established a strategic multi-year partnership with AMD to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next generation Xbox consoles, in your living room and in your hands. Together with AMD, we are advancing the state of art in gaming silicon to deliver the next generation of graphics innovation to unlock a deeper level of visual quality and immersive gameplay and player experiences enhanced with the power of AI, all while maintaining compatibility with your existing library of Xbox games. This is all about building you a gaming platform that's always with you, so you can play the games you want across devices anywhere you want, delivering you an Xbox experience not locked to a single store or tied to one device. That's why we're working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. The next generation of Xbox is coming to life, and this is just the beginning. We can't wait to show you what's next.
So that's a pretty crazy announcement. Now, if you were paying attention, she said our next generation consoles, which is plural. Now, I was kind of scratching my head. What do you mean by plural? What do you mean Xbox consoles? And then it dawned on me that the reports of a third-party Xbox that we've been hearing about for quite some time. So what I think they're gonna do is, because they also say that you will be able to play your backwards compatible games. Now, if this is a PC hybrid, I don't know how you're gonna be able to play your old Xbox games unless they do some type of emulation. And once again, I think they're gonna have some problem with some of the licensing on those games. I'm not quite sure, but I guess on PC, a way to tackle it would be through emulation. I just don't think they're gonna go that route, which would make sense that they would have two Xboxes. One that is a traditionally made console from Microsoft that's going to be powerful enough. I don't think it's going to be like not a powerful system. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm saying it'll be a traditional console in the sense that you're able to play your backwards compatible titles. And then they're going to have, this is speculation, but also based on her announcement here with her saying Xbox consoles, is that we're going to have a PC counterpart that basically is an Xbox skinned PC. Now, I actually think that they might have a chance at redemption here, a small chance. And hear me out. Now, today, this is the video that some of you Xbox fans probably wanted to hear for quite some time. So I have just good news today for you Xbox fans. In all honesty, I think this announcement is great. Now, let's just get into what I think about the Xbox PC or the hybrid. Now, I think they're gonna have a small form factor, third-party made Xbox skinned PC that when you boot it up, it boots right into the Xbox UI interface. At its core, it's still a PC, so you can still do all the other stuff that you can do on a PC. So if you don't wanna boot into that interface, perhaps you can just boot into it like a regular PC, or there's some type of extension that allows you to use all of your PC native apps. So that's what I think is gonna happen with that console. Now, the reason why I think they might have a chance at redemption here is that a lot of people, the price to admission on PC is kind of high. And a lot of people, they don't want to have to go through all of the things like updating your drivers and all the things that you have to do with a Windows desktop PC. They would just like to boot it up and just play their games. And this is a way that they could do that. And if they implement it properly, I actually seeing it being quite successful on the PC side. Now, if you can offer hardware that is affordable, that gives you good performance, that allows you to play your Game Pass games, that allows you to play your Steam Store games, your Epic Store games, I think they could have a hit on their hands here. Now, I've always said, why not just buy a regular PC at that point? We have to also factor in the price point. Now, if they price this, substantially cheaper than a desktop PC, and you're getting good performance, and once again, you have all the capabilities of a PC, but if you just want a game, you also have the ability to just game on that PC. And I gotta be honest, that would probably open the door for a lot of Xbox fans to migrate over to PC. Now, the backwards compatibility on the third-party Xbox, I don't really know how that would work. Like I said, they could do emulation, but then you run into problems with licensing. And I know for the most part, this, emulation is kind of frowned upon from these companies. Now, I know that Microsoft had some type of developer dashboard that you could install some emulators on it. I think they actually removed that, so you can no longer do that. So I don't want to rule it out as a possibility for you being able to play your backwards compatible titles. I'm just saying it's kind of convoluted. Now, the price, once again, is really what's going to determine the success of this PC hybrid Xbox. Now, the regular Xbox, I'm pretty sure it's going to be $799 to $899. I'm probably going to put it around the 800 mark. I think it's going to be a powerful console. Now, will it play Steam games as well? I don't know. Like in yesterday's video, I said that I believe that the next Xbox is a PC hybrid. But when she spoke about plural consoles today and promised that you'll be able to play your backwards compatible titles, the only thing I can think of is that they're going to produce two Xboxes, a third-party one that plays like PC games, it boots right into the Xbox UI, and a traditional Xbox, next-gen console that plays all your backwards compatible games. That would make sense to me. Now, we're going to have to wait and see, and I don't think we're going to have that long to wait. Now, I said ad nauseum that I believe that this console is coming in 2026. And them starting to talk about their next generation console once again, I do believe that by the end of the year, they're probably going to announce the next generation console, or at least tease it and release it in 2026. Now, many are saying 2027, and they've been talking about this console for far too long for it just to come out in 2027. And I'm quite certain that the PlayStation 6 is coming out in 2027. So for Microsoft to have some type of success or an attempt to be successful with their next generation console, I truly believe that they have to release it before Sony does, because if the Xbox and the PlayStation 6 come out at the same time, I just think fans are going to choose the PlayStation 6. I think they'll choose it over the next generation Xbox. However, if the Xbox comes out a year before the PlayStation 6, a lot of gamers might migrate over to it, not wanting to wait for next generation, wanting to jump in early. And I think a lot of Xbox gamers probably would jump over to that console. And, if Game Pass continues to produce the games and the content that it's producing, it could be a viable option of jumping into next generation. I think it's an uphill battle once again, because a lot of their exclusives are going in other places. However, the way that they're rolling out this new UI, it's going to streamline the whole experience. You're going to be able to play with this UI on your Xbox handheld, on your Xbox PC, on your Xbox console. And I gotta be honest, I think that is a good thing. Even for myself, I'm well versed at using a PC, but sometimes I just want to boot in and just play my games. I don't want to have to wait for my system to update or see if there's a new driver. I just want everything to be able to just pick up and go as I turn on the system. And that's not something you can really do on PC now. Now, I will say that the Xbox interface that's on PC right now currently, it's okay. But once again, you're still booting into a normal Windows experience. And I think that this new streamlined Xbox UI, I think it is actually a game changer in PC gaming. Now, let's just go through a little bit of the comments here. Now, as I was doing this video, some more information came out, and this is coming from Leviathan the Gamer. He was in my thread there, and he's very knowledgeable. Now, he was responding to Sean Murray. He says, it's not going to be a third-party Xbox because AMD is making a chip. There's not going to be a third party making the console. Microsoft is making the console. The third party one is the handheld. This is going to be, I believe, a PC console hybrid where all of your current games are being able to be played or whatever. Now, I gotta say this: there's gonna be a third-party Xbox. I truly believe that. We've heard too many reports that a third-party Xbox is gonna be made, so it's gonna be handled kind of like how the Steam boxes were, where a third party is going to make it. It's going to be skinned for Xbox. It's going to boot into the new Xbox UI, and you're going to have that experience. Now, I was saying earlier in the video that I don't know how they're going to handle the backwards compatibility. And this is where Leviathan the Gamer's comments really come in. Now, he goes from her statements about the semi-custom design with AMD. It does definitely point to one or more first-party consoles, and maybe points to their plan of an upcoming third-party console. She mentions across a portfolio of devices, so my harebrained idea is that it's a third-party console. And Sean answers, I think it might be both in-house and third-party consoles, unless they're going to be a partner with someone else to manufacture the consoles as well. But it's still going to be called their in-house console because it's close to the partnership. We'll have to wait and see. Now, I do believe they're going to have an in-house Xbox, but they're also going to have a third-party Xbox. Now, he goes, it was tasked to engineer the direction of Xbox. Oh, he goes, if I was asked to task the engineering of this direction for Xbox, I would make a base SKU in-house design, 32 CU GPU, for example, and then let a third-party partner take one of my chip designs and implement it. 32 CU design, 64 CU design, 96 CU design, etc. Xbox OS will be geared towards that system, or I should say that specific reference chip. Backwards compatibility, as well as the ability for devs to provide enhanced versions of their games similar to games getting Series X, Series 1X Pro enhancements. There would be the dual boot into Windows, which loses that but gains the benefits of PCs. So Leviathan the Gamer is thinking that the way they're going to get around doing the backwards compatible titles is that you're going to have some type of dual boot. So you can dual boot into the Windows UI that offers the PC storefronts, that offers Steam, that offers the Epic Store, etc. And then you'll also have the ability to boot into like a console mode where I guess you can play your backwards compatible titles. Now, there's so much more questions that I have. We didn't really get a lot of information today. Now, I got to be honest with you guys, this is all speculation, but it does make sense how they will get their backwards compatible titles to work, because they did say in the presentation that you will be able to play your backwards compatible titles. Now, on the PC hybrid that is made by third parties with an Xbox UI, perhaps on that device, you do it through the cloud. I can't see them putting a custom chip in that device, allowing you to do that dual boot thing, but maybe they do. I don't really know. I'm just going on speculation. I gotta be honest, this is groundbreaking territory. We've never, ever had a console that was a PC hybrid that allowed you to play your PC games as well. Now, the traditional Xbox that they're going to make, once again, Leviathan the Gamer, and I think it's fair to assume that it's going to have some type of dual boot, allowing you to play your backwards compatible titles. But it's also going to have that PC hybrid mode that would allow you to play your PlayStation games that you own on Steam, all your third-party storefronts. And I do think if it has the right price, the right form factor, the simplicity, that this might be appealing to some gamers. With Sara Bonds saying that you will not be locked to a single store or tied to one device, and this is including their Xbox console. So even if, they're not making a third-party Xbox, they're saying right here that the Xbox console, the next one, will not be tied to one store. And I gotta be honest with you, this is definitely going to boost Windows game sales. And I really believe, like I said in yesterday's video, that Xbox, they want to bring you guys over to PC gaming. Xbox wants to ensure that you have the simplistic console feeling migrating you over to PC. And I gotta be honest with you guys, the Xbox UI interface, if done right, it could achieve this goal, and it could really make the Windows platform a lot larger than it is. Now, of course, you're still going to have the option to play Steam games. And will that hurt Microsoft's bottom line? Now, they're still going to make money selling their games on Steam, but of course, they get less of a cut. I don't know how much Steam takes, let's say 20, 30%. So they're going to lose 20, 30% to Steam. Rather, if it was on their own storefront, they don't have to pay out anybody. All the profits are just for them. So that's kind of neither here nor there when I really think about it, because Steam is the biggest platform on PC. And if your games are at the top of the charts at Steam, you're still making a lot of revenue. So this is very interesting. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. We're going to have to sit back and see how this all plays out. Perhaps Microsoft right now is doing an Undertaker and they are posing up, trying to get back on their feet again. And I will say, I think console gaming is pretty much done. I think they are migrating console gamers over to PC to give you the same simplistic feeling that you get when you play on a console, but with the power and the ability and all the features that you get on PC. And I think you're going to have the option to just run the Xbox version like a traditional console, or you can use the PC abilities that a PC provides. I don't know what to say. This is new territory, definitely. But we have pretty much confirmation here that the next Xbox console will indeed be a PC hybrid. Xbox has partnered up with AMD and they are going to make multiple devices because she said consoles, plural. So I am speculating that there's also going to be third-party Xboxes, but we know for sure that Microsoft is definitely making their own next generation Xbox. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think that Microsoft might have a chance with this integration of this new UI into PCs? Do you think a lot of OEMs will want to build an Xbox skinned themed PC that allows you to have the simplistic feeling of playing on a console? Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.